Hey y'all, my name is Mare. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're starting another reading vlog. I have not been the best about reading books and updating y'all on them, so we're gonna give it our best go. This was very spontaneous, very unplanned, like all of my content is. We're gonna restart this. Hey y'all, my name is Mare. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are starting a new reading vlog. I'm not quite sure of what books will be read in this video. I am sure of one because it's one I am currently reading, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and then I'll maybe throw some options out for other books I'm hoping to read in this vlog. This vlog could take place over the span of 2 days. It could take the span of 2 years. Who really knows how long this is going to be, how much reading will be done. The goal is to read at least 2 books, and I think we can accomplish that. I just don't know what the time frame for that is going to look like. So is this a weekly reading vlog? Is this a bi-weekly reading vlog? Is this a monthly reading vlog? Who really knows? It's just a reading vlog. That's all you need to know about it. Like I said, I know what the first book I'm going to be reading in this video is, and that is The Other Side of the Sky. Ooh, it's got like a reflective cover, so like the window hit it and you couldn't even see it. That's awesome. But this is a young adult science fiction novel about 2 different people from different sides of the world. You've got Nim, who is basically the divine one. She's a very important figure to her people, but there's a lot going on there because she actually doesn't have any powers that have presented herself. She's a divine one, unlike any other one that has precedented. She is an unprecedented divine one. Basically, everyone before her has always had their magic show when they've become divine, whereas she became divine at a really young age. It was a very unusual circumstance, and so people think that she's either going to save them or she is the end of all things, basically. So she's got a lot of political warfare like on either side of her. She's got a lot of supporters and a lot of people who really don't like her. And you're following her perspective. You're also following the perspective of someone else named North. He is one of the sky people. He came down from the sky on a glider, and basically Nim is like, I didn't know there were people in the sky. And North was like, I didn't know there were people on the ground down below. So it's interesting. You're learning about Nim and Norse cultures through their own perspectives, and you're kind of learning about this world as the other characters. So that's what I really like about it. I think it's definitely interesting in terms of world building. It's not all just given to you. You have a lot of questions. These characters have a lot of questions about each other, but they're kind of like too timid to ask and kind of figure them out. So I'm really curious to learn more about the people from the sky and to learn more about Nim's powers as a divine one. This is a duology, I believe. There's one other book that came out recently, so if I like this one, which I am so far, I do plan on picking up the sequel, so maybe that's what I'll read next in this video. But yeah, so far this is going pretty good. I am about halfway. I think I'm a little bit over 200 pages, and I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's the best thing since sliced bread, but I do think that, it's good. It's a good time. I'm having a great time. The writing is really pretty, and I just want to know more about this world and these characters, so good job. Yay. Now, as far as other books that I want to read in this vlog, I do have a couple of books who have just been like staring me down from my book cart. They're like, why haven't you read me yet, Meredith? And I'm like, that's a great question. I would love to read you. I just lack the ability to read anymore. First of which is A Far Wilder Magic by Allison Saft, and this is a young adult standalone fantasy written by the author of my favorite book of last year, Down Comes the Night. I am just all about the vibes of a book, okay? And Allison Saft just does a really beautiful job of creating atmosphere and, more importantly, vibes. I just loved this earthy, like wintry wonder world. That didn't sound like English, but I just loved the setting that Allison Saft crafted in her previous book, and I loved the characters, and I loved the romance and just the intrigue. So I have a feeling she's going to do an even more phenomenal job with her sophomore novel, A Far Wilder Magic. And this one, I believe, is about 2 people who are supposed to be enemies that have to work together during a wild hunt in order to save someone important to them. That could be completely wrong, but that is what I am remembering about it, and I don't feel like reading the synopsis because, again, I don't know how to read anymore, so we're not going to be doing that in this video. Well, we will, but not right now. Right now I'm not going to be reading. Later I will be, hopefully. And then the last book that has been staring me down, I recently just purchased it, not because I didn't want to, but because every time I went to the bookstore, they didn't have it, and I'm going to take that as people having taste and, you know, going out and buying this sequel by the storm. I don't think that's the case, but I'm gonna hope that it is. And some guy just walked by my window and I didn't like that. This book is When Night Breaks, which is the sequel to Where Dreams Descend. I have been meaning to read this book for so long, like so long. It came out in October of last year, and I just didn't want to read this when I wasn't in a great headspace for reading, but I'm slowly but surely getting there, I think. So hopefully, you know, can give this a go. Another person just walked by my window. I don't like having my blinds open. This is weird. I don't like it. When Night Breaks, sequel to Where Dreams Descend, which is a Phantom of the Opera retelling. It's a Phantom of the Opera retelling that I immensely enjoyed. One of my favorite books that I have probably ever read, because once again, I'm all about the vibes, and this author, Janella, just does a really beautiful job of crafting vibes. You know, I gotta give it to her. Work hard as due. This book is just so beautiful. I mean, look at her. Look at the inside. Hello. I love it. I recently, well, not really recently anymore, but later last year, I reread Where Dreams Descend in anticipation of this book coming out, and then I never read the sequel when it came out. So everything's sort of fresh in my mind, but not really. I don't really remember the characters' names. I just remember the vibes. So hopefully that'll all come back to me and I can tell you more about it if I start it. Who knows if I'm going to start it? Who knows if I'm going to finish this reading vlog? Stay tuned. I have not talked to y'all in a hot little minute, but the good news is, because I haven't talked to y'all, I actually have some reading updates. I did in fact learn how to read a book since the last time we talked, and I wanted to say that I finished The Other Side of the Sky. I actually finished this probably a week and a half ago, so it's been a minute since we've talked, okay? And I really enjoyed this. I gave it a 3.5-star rating, more towards the 4-star range than the 3-star range. I thought that the ending was super fun and engaging, and I was just kind of on the edge of my seat the whole time. It didn't really feel like a 5-star book to me, and I feel like I have enough interest to continue the series, but I'm not going to be devastated if I don't finish it, so that's kind of where I got that rating from. The plot started moving along pretty fast, and the romance started moving along pretty fast towards the end there, but it didn't feel like overdone. Would I recommend this to you? If you like sci-fi, yeah, it's pretty good. It's very loose sci-fi, very loose fantasy. There's a lot of elements that I want to be explored upon in the world that I want to learn more about, but this is a duology, so I'm thinking that in the second book you definitely will get more of that. I have it checked out from the library. I don't know if I'm going to read this just because I'm struggling to read anything, but it's not the fault of this book. The ending actually really surprised me and left me on a cliffhanger, so I do want to know what happens. It just depends if I get around to it before it's due back, because I also did start another book and I finished another book. My mind is going a million miles an hour. The book I started that I'm in the middle of, obviously haven't finished it. I'll get back to that, but I did start and finish another book without even mentioning it to y'all, and I'm so sorry. That is A Far Wilder Magic by Allison Saft, and this follows two main characters. I think when I explained this at the beginning of my video, I did not do a good job of explaining the plot because I kind of forgot what it was about, so here's me amending that. This book follows two characters who become entwined with one another. Their fates basically rely on one another on the hunt that they have to enter to kill this magical divine being. that is represented by a fox. So they're trying to kill this fox so that they can win this large sum of money, and also so that one of the main characters can follow his dreams of being an alchemist, and then they accidentally fall in love. So this follows Margaret, who is Evelyn's daughter. Evelyn is an alchemist that Wes, the male main character, goes off to find in hopes that she will take him as an apprentice because he's had too many failed alchemist apprenticeships. He's basically on his last chance here. He really needs Evelyn to take him as a student, otherwise his future in alchemy is doomed forever. And Margaret's mother, Evelyn, is never home. She's always off on research missions, and she knows that this hunt is going to bring her mother home, so she needs an alchemist to enter the hunt. She is good with weaponry and she's good with tracking, and so part of the hunt is you have to have a hunter and you also have to have an alchemist to help you. That's part of the guidelines. So she recruits Wes to be her alchemist, and she's like, hey, when my mother comes back, she'll take you as a student if we win this hunt. We just got to prove it to her. This whole book is about them training to enter the hunt, actually doing the hunt, and then also maybe a little bit of romance in between there. I really enjoyed this book. I loved Allison Saft's debut novel, Down Comes the Night. It was one of my favorite books of last year, I want to say, maybe the year before that. I don't know how time works. It's been a long time since I've read it. I don't know what year it is. I don't know what day of the week it is. Please don't ask me. I just know that I really liked her first book, so I was like, okay, I'm surely gonna love A Far Wilder Magic, and honestly, I really did love this book. I gave it a 5-star rating. However, I don't think that I liked this book as much as Down Comes the Night, but that's not because I didn't enjoy this book. Like, I really liked it. I read it fairly quickly for me right now. I got through it pretty fast, and I really enjoyed the romance and the yearning and the writing style and everything that Down Comes the Night had. This book definitely matched with, and I feel like you can definitely see that Allison Saft is constantly improving her craft in writing. My only thing is that I just didn't enjoy it as much as Down Comes the Night, because Down Comes the Night employs a lot more tropes that I typically enjoy, and I just liked the general vibes, like the gothic vibes of that book better. But this one was also fantastic. I really loved it. It had a lot of important discussions and layers to it, so it was more than just a romance story, and it didn't feel over the top. It didn't feel like this was some brand new concept you couldn't wrap your head around, but it still was interesting and engaging, and it just was very beautifully written. So honestly, Allison Saft, you did the dang thing. I'm really impressed with your writing, and I'm going to continue to support all of your future works because I'm just so excited to see how she grows as an author and just to read her future books. So definitely recommend this book. This was one of my most anticipated reads of 2022, and it definitely did not disappoint. Now we're going to talk about another book that I started mentioning because I got sidetracked because my brain goes a million miles an hour. I started When Night Breaks by Janella, and this was also one of my most anticipated books of 2022. I'm only about 30 pages into it. It is the sequel to Where Dreams Descend, which was, God, I want to say one of my favorite books of 2020. Like, that was how long ago I read that book. And I reread Where Dreams Descend earlier last year in anticipation of reading this book when it came out, and I just never picked it up because I've just been in this horrible reading slump. I'm enjoying it. I've only read about 2 chapters, but I'm going to try and get some more done today. Hopefully finish it within the next week or so, but still really good writing. Still the characters that I really like, and it's too early to really say what I'm going to think about this book in comparison to its first novel in the series, but I have heard that this is not as good as Where Dreams Descend, and that makes me a little bit apprehensive. But just like, look at how pretty it is. I know I don't have the dust jacket on it, but like, can we just appreciate how it looks underneath the jacket? She's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she's got a great personality, and I'm just really excited to read her. That's the update. I'm gonna try and finish When Night Breaks within this reading vlog. We'll see if it happens. I can also tell you in my morning what I've been doing today. It is like almost 4 p.m. and I have work at 5:30, so I'm about to start getting ready. But before that, I cleaned up a little bit. I started watching Heartstopper, played some Animal Crossing, edited a video. I've been a productive queen this morning, and I'm really proud of myself for it because I haven't really done anything for myself in a while. So good for me, you know, self-care. Now I'm gonna go take a bath, maybe read some, maybe play some more Animal Crossing, and then I gotta go work. TTYL.
Hi folks, I'm back. I'm a little sick. I got my emotional support water bottle with me, and it's been about 3 months since I have talked to you for this reading vlog, so I'm just gonna wrap it up real quick like I should have done 3 months ago. I just wanted to talk to y'all for a quick little minute because I've really missed posting on this channel. I just feel like I haven't been reading as much, and that's been the problem. How am I supposed to create book content if I'm not reading books? You know, the math simply does not math. Hopefully, you know, I say this every time, but hopefully I'll be posting a little bit more consistently, you know, not every 4 or 5 months or so. And I'll be back in the swing of things soon because I really do miss the community. I miss reading. I've been reading so much lately. Like, I think I've read 8 or 9 books. It's July, by the way, and there's about a week and a half left of July, and I could read like double digits in books, which is crazy because I've read less than 30 books all year. So Mary is back, baby. Okay, she's back and better than ever. Hopefully more videos will be coming to y'all. Hopefully I'll be more excited to, you know, pull up my camera and just talk about books because I really do miss y'all and I miss this community so much. So if you watch this, thank you. This was probably a hot piece of garbage like a lot of my weekly reading vlogs are, but this one especially because it took place over 3+ months, which is honestly outrageous. But I did warn y'all in the beginning of this video that there was no time span to this reading vlog, so it's a miracle that I'm even finishing it. So again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I don't even remember how I end my videos, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say something like, comment, subscribe, I guess, if that interests you. If it doesn't, feel free to look away, click off my channel, and never come back here again. That's fine too. No hard feelings. That is not how I end my videos here. I don't like this video if you liked it. Subscribe, comment, tell me how you're doing, tell me what you've been reading, tell me what I've missed, what's the gossip. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Miss you.